Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Two Asian Blokes podcast, a podcast where we talk about Asian pop culture, films, TV shows, comic books, anime, music, food, video games, whatever we're feeling at the time, really. My name is Dan with a H, and with me, as always, is my co-host, that guy, Tavi.
That's right. We're on video.
Maybe, if it works.
Maybe, yeah. It should work. Yeah, we're talking a very special topic. So this special topic requires a different new setup, new trials.
We just saw a concert, didn't we, Tavi?
Yeah, we saw a concert, I guess.
We went to the movies and watched the concert, as is the trend these days. As many people are doing at the moment, going to see a very talented singer-songwriter, singing and writing songs since she was 15 years old.
If the T-shirt of mine is anything to tell by, or well, if you can't see the T-shirt.
It's not Taylor Swift. We're not doing Taylor Swift. Yeah. Everybody else is doing Taylor Swift. We're not doing Taylor Swift. We're doing IU.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go for the struggle of trying to get a fucking Taylor Swift ticket. So fuck that, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't like Taylor Swift that much anyway. I think Taylor Swift is good now these days, but I didn't really listen to her.
I mean,
anyway.
that said, I have been to like her concert 3 times.
You have been when she was just a wee up and comer.
I went to see her concert at Billboards in Melbourne. Back in the day, there were like maybe 50 to 75 people in the audience that night.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, real indie stuff.
Wow, that's...
Because I'm a true fan.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Not really.
Yeah.
My brother is a true fan and he bought me tickets 3 times. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have done that. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Taylor Swift.
No, we're not.
She might come up again. But for now, let's do the IU intro. So, Tavi, this is the love of your life, IU.
Yeah,
you want to give the audience some background on IU?
Yeah,
Cheers.
well, cheers. I mean, cheers to, I guess, what it seems like on the end of an era for her. She's in her 30s now. So
her life is over, Tavi.
Her life is over.
A woman in her 30s?
A woman in her 30s in Korea. Yeah. In the K-pop realm, she's like, Yeah, no, obviously, like, I'm a huge IU fan, and I've just been looking for an excuse to talk about IU.
Yeah. Regular listeners of the show may have cottoned on to Tavi's love of IU from our previous K-pop episodes, or even from our previous podcast episodes. I'm sure IU has come up more than once.
I mean, she was in Broker. I'm always talking about stuff that's IU was in.
Yeah.
But
can't shut up about her. But for those that aren't familiar with IU, maybe you want to give her a little bit of background?
Yeah, so IU is a singer-songwriter, artiste extraordinaire. She's basically like K-pop royalty at this point. She started off at a very young age, like 16. Her debut wasn't actually initially successful. It was only until like Good Day came out in 2010 or 2011, I think, was when she really like blossomed. But no, IU is multi-talented person.
She's a tour de force.
Yeah,
right?
she sings, she writes a lot of her own music.
She can dance.
She can dance. She can act.
She can act. She's been in stuff.
Well, like, this T-shirt is from My Mister, which is a K-drama, a very, very good K-drama, probably the best K-drama that I've ever seen.
Okay.
And IU acts her chops off in that one. And she's worked with the greats. She's worked with Hirokazu. She also does some like lighthearted films and a lot of like K-dramas, which I admittedly haven't watched, but yeah.
She's in a lot of stuff. She's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
As I noticed in this concert that went for almost 3 hours. She's got a lot of fucking songs, Darby.
She's got a lot of songs, yeah. But I say the end of an era because a general theme that I noticed watching this concert is saying farewell to her 20s and a lot of the hits that like kind of made her like who she was. But yeah, like what was your like initial exposure to IU? Like how did you find out about? Because I think I found out about IU from you and Boone actually.
Yeah, I feel like the first time I went to Korea might have been just before Good Day came out. But I feel like I heard like one of her songs just being played everywhere.
Yeah.
And she's just on the TV. We had the TV on, like, in the background a lot of the time while we were getting drunk at the apartment.
Yeah.
And, like, she always seemed to pop up. So I think that was probably the first time I saw her. But honestly, I can't remember what the song was. I feel like I only started to really notice her after Good Day, though. So Good Day came out and, like, that was a banger. Was that composer in that song, Jae Kyung?
Yeah, he was in that song. He's in Lilac as well, which is my favorite IU song and favorite K-pop song
I feel
of all
like
time.
she and he appeared on a Running Man episode at one point as well, which was really funny.
It was
and
really
I was
funny
like,
because like he was like portrayed as being really weak. And like that was when like I remember IU was like playing soccer or something, and they each had like superpowers that they could call on to help them score goals. And she had the power of like summoning the uncle fans. And like these like group of dudes just come in and just like mob whoever had the ball from the IU. And then it's just like it was
Yeah, she's very entertaining. She's an entertainer.
Yeah,
man.
she's very
multifaceted entertainer.
She's a star. Like,
yeah, she is definitely a star.
Well and truly a star.
I think that's what my takeaway of this concert was. I was like, man, she's something else. She's OP.
She's OP. she's inhuman, man. She's the epitome of like almost what I imagine what we used to think of a Disney princess back in the day. Like just this kind of very beautiful, I guess, feminine like person.
Yeah, kind of like uncorruptible.
Yeah. And just persona. Like someone who has worked very hard to get where she was, because her early life was not the best. It was quite, she had a pretty hard life. From what I can remember from her stories, and she's said that, you know, her parents were in debt as it is in Korea. So that's not even, it's a stereotype born from...
Art imitates life, doesn't it?
So her parents were working all the time, I'm sure, and she spent a lot of her time in poverty with her grandma and her younger brother growing up. And she kind of had dreams of wanting to become a singer, I think. And she was initially rejected a lot, I think, as well. And I think, like, when she did her debut, she did it with a song... actually, no, because the first time I saw IU was... I remember her being the cute girl with the acoustic guitar playing G on some music show. Initial reactions weren't even the best. Like, a lot of people said she was like an ugly pig or something. And I was just like, man, K-pop is harsh. I was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
She would have been 15 at the time, for context. So and, not too young for K-pop fans to call her an ugly pig, I guess.
Yeah. So I was like, Jesus Christ.
Her sound, her initial sound as well is not like traditionally K-pop sounding, right? Especially of that era.
She was just cute. That was what they were banking on.
But it was like acoustic versions of stuff.
Yeah,
right?
It was acoustic versions of stuff. But then when she actually released like her own stuff, like the company was making her do cute things. Like I think one of her first songs was Marshmallow. If you remember that song, it goes,
that's the song. Yes,
and the guy goes,
is the song. Yeah. That's the song that was playing everywhere. I like that song. It's got a really quirky MV.
Yeah, I don't think IU likes that song very much. It's very far removed. It's basically what Radiohead's Creep is to them. Like IU's
the commercial intro or to get into people's ears.
I don't think even many of the fans listen to it though, because like people still love Creep, but I don't think people like Marshmallow.
She didn't play it at this concert.
It just would not have suited the vibe.
Did she try out to be an idol in a group or anything? Or?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Okay,
I think she'd always done solo stuff.
She's got the skills and the looks to be an idol, so I was just wondering if she ever tried to go that route, because that seems like the logical thing to do. As far as I've been aware of her, she's been a solo act.
Yeah.
And good for her. Like, she's definitely got the talent for it.
She's definitely has a set style of music, but she's also a bit of a chameleon as well. She likes orchestral stuff. She likes ballads. I mean, like, I think her album Modern Times is very like 1950s sounding.
Okay.
And I mean, the album before that with You and I on it was very kind of like whimsical Spielberg kind of orchestral music.
Yeah.
Good Day was kind of more generic K-pop, but it was like that was like the hit song. But and then I think she had another album or EP called like Zion, where she had more of a rebellious stage.
Okay.
And that was like an album where fans or netizens was starting to call her out for being a bit controversial because of some lyrics.
Okay.
And like, yeah.
I'm sure it wasn't anything
It wasn't
very
anything serious.
controversial.
In one of her, like the song that she wrote, it's called like 23. She like gives the finger to the camera. So this is when
What?
it's like, yeah. But it's just like, I know, right? So, but like, yeah, no, she doesn't. You didn't really see any of that in the concert today. So,
But you do get a fair showcase of the different styles of music that she has. She has put out, and it's a lot of it.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's more than I thought.
I mean, it's similar to Taylor Swift in that way, I guess. She's gone through phases, and her sound kind of changes with each phase, and it's kind of like a fresh take every time she puts out an album.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what sets her apart in your eyes from other idols, right? Is the musicianship side of things.
It's the musicianship side of things. It's her acting as well.
Just the artistry.
Yeah, because like she does a lot. Like I'm really impressed by her varied amount of roles that she chooses. She's in this movie called Shades of the Heart, and I don't remember the director's name, but it's a very like talking heads kind of movie. It's just two people talking, and she's in this one movie for like 10 minutes. That's a big ask for someone to do like something indie. Someone as like IU is basically Beyonce level fame in Korea.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's like a pretty common comparison. Better than Beyonce, in my opinion.
Hot take.
Ooh, yeah. Come at me. Can Beyonce act? Well, she can.
Yeah, she can.
She's acted, whether it's, good.
I'm sure she was good in Dreamgirls. I saw her in Goldfinger. Not Goldfinger, Goldmember.
Yeah, she was good in the Lion King remake.
I'll take your word for it. I don't think anybody watched that film.
Are you sure?
I don't know. It is a Disney remake, so probably everybody watched it. What do I know?
It did make $1 billion, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, all right.
It's just no one in our circle that we know watched it personally.
Nah, Beyonce's all right. But
she's all right.
Yeah, so this is her 14th anniversary concert,
yeah,
right?
So this was last year. They're showing her concert around the cinemas, like two screenings only, like around the world. And I thought, hey, why not watch it? Because you can get the Blu-ray. You can buy it, you can purchase it and watch it anytime. But we're like, we're probably never going to see IU in Australia ever.
Never say never. I mean, the cinema we went to today was not exactly full.
It wasn't exactly full.
Yeah,
no.
if that's an indication of her chances of coming to Australia, yeah, probably pretty slim.
Pretty slim. Such a shame, though. Yeah.
But you never know. Like, she's still very young, so she might grow in popularity in Australia, as K-pop has grown in popularity in Australia in general. But yeah, this concert is called The Golden Hour. This is the first time I've gone to the cinemas to watch a concert.
Yeah, I think I've gone and seen a couple. Yeah,
it's a bit strange.
It is strange. It's a different experience
because you see the audience on screen and they're like going crazy as you do at a live concert, but we are in the cinema, and I hate when people are making noise in the cinema. Right?
Yeah.
So I felt like this is a concert, so I should be making some noise, but I'm in a cinema, so I shouldn't be making noise. I was conflicted, Tavi.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody was quiet for the most part.
Yeah, that's been the same experience for the other concert movies that I've seen. I watched the Nick Cave concert. Oh, it wasn't a concert. It was actually made for some movie, so it was a performance. I think it was called This Much I Know. It was very good. It was very artsy-fartsy kind of shit.
But
that
dead
kind of
silence
thing.
in the cinema audience.
It was pretty quiet, yeah.
You reckon it would just take one person or one group of people to make noise, and then everybody would start making noise?
I reckon we watched this one at Northland. I kind of knew it wasn't going to be very busy.
But if we had have brought glow sticks with us and given everybody a glow stick and encouraged people to make noise, do you think that would be well received, or people wouldn't like that?
We'd need a group. If it was just us two, we'd look like a bunch of fucking old ass
hey kids,
uncle fans.
Take a glow stick.
It's a bit. It is weird for sure.
But you know what I mean? Like, do you think people actually want to make noise?
I kind of wanted to make noise. It's weird because the disconnect is IU's not really there. It is an image on a screen. Her spirit is there for sure, and the energy of the concert's there. But at the end of the day, she's not there, and she's well past whatever maybe emotions she had on the night. I'm sure she remembers them fondly.
But to make a comparison, if you go to a pub to watch the AFL Grand Final, people are making noise, right? Even though it's not live and nobody can hear you on the screen, you're still making noise because you want that atmosphere, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
So to equate it to this, it's like, yeah, she's not actually there, but you still kind of want to create the atmosphere of a concert, I imagine. Because it wouldn't detract from your viewing experience, right? Because you could still hear her and shit.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I'd have to watch more concert movies just to see if that atmosphere is replicated at some point.
I mean, anyway, I just felt conflicted. I didn't know how to kind of act in that situation.
It's a bit weird, yeah.
This concert made me realize I don't actually know that many IU songs.
Yeah, there are a lot of songs that I recognize the tune.
Do you want the set list? Are you looking that up now?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the set list. Oh, sorry, I'll bring it up on this.
So she had a couple of parts, as she called them, which we'll go through. But part one of the concert was kind of a mix of new stuff and old stuff, right? Or was it kind of newer stuff?
No, there was newer stuff. Like she did.
I recognize Celebrity.
Yeah, Celebrity
and Palette.
Yeah, she did Lilac as well, which was awesome. She did Strawberry Moon, which was pretty recent at the time of recording. Yeah, I'm looking at the set list now, and I actually do kind of recognize more than I thought. But it's also like I recognize the tune, but I don't remember the name of the song. I knew the first few. Like she starts off with 8, which is probably my second favorite IU song. I think it's just a really cool MV, and just like the sentiment behind that song is kind of like very sad when you think about it. It's about like her feelings towards like Guhara and Sully.
Oh dear.
So if you listen to that
sad.
song again, there you go. Yeah.
Like obviously we don't understand Korean.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot is lost in translation.
Yeah.
In terms of the sentiments that she's trying to convey. I felt that especially towards like during the ballad section, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But how would you describe the vibe of the first part?
The first 2 parts are quite similar. It's kind of like the warm up and getting into like the hits, I guess. Because she starts off with 8 first and Celebrity. Then I never know how to pronounce this, but Dila or Ruma or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to be.
Sorry, I'm a fake IU fan, I guess. Yeah. But then she finished it off with Palette, and she said she was going to retire that song or graduate.
Yes.
As they say, which is quite sad because that's actually a really good song. Like, I think that's when I was saying like it kind of feels like the end of an era because she's kind of putting to rest. I mean, she'll probably perform them again at some point because like it's never.
Well, I found it interesting the way she explained her reasonings for retiring these songs, especially when she was talking about retiring Good Day. So she was talking about like Good Day has always been her showstopper, right?
Yeah.
And she's always had to put it at a certain part of the concert because, that's kind of like how the formula dictates it. So it kind of like inhibits her in a way as an artist. I've never really thought about it in those terms before. It would inhibit you if you felt obligated to put this particular song in a certain section, that kind of like it makes like your set kind of formulaic, at a point. So
you'll start to resent the song as well. So she wants to kind of leave it to where she loves it.
And I guess a part of it as well is that she wrote it during a certain era of her life. Like she mentions like one of the lyrics is like, I like you, oppa. And it's like something that how old was she when she wrote it? Like
18.
Something that an 18-year-old would say, but singing it as like a 30-year-old is a bit like it's a bit odd. It's a bit cringe.
Getting past it now.
So it makes sense. I appreciated that she kind of explained it to her fans in those terms. Like she didn't try to kind of like pander or like what's the word? Patronize her fans. Like, you get it. It makes sense when she explains it like that.
I think like most people understand as well because IU, like she's an artist. She's always going to make great music, like at whatever stage in her life. As she gets older, like I mean, IU's a vampire. She's like one of those people that seems to get younger as she gets older. Like if you compare, but like she's always she's always very artistically curious, I think, and that's why she's always exploring different forms of media. Like, as I said, like modern times was 1950s. And then did more like collabs with like hip hop artists like G-Dragon. And then she's kind of went a little bit like retro city pop with Lilac as well. And like, she's done like some jazzy stuff. And then there's like, she's always done the ballads. I think ballads to IU are probably the most consistent of hers. You were saying about the whole lost in translation thing. I think I would appreciate the ballads more if I knew what she was saying. Because like 100%. You can definitely appreciate the caliber of singing.
Yeah, her talent definitely shows in those songs. But for us that can't understand the words she's saying, like we can vibe out to something like Lilac because it's got a groovy beat and it sounds cool. But ballads, if you don't understand the words, they kind of sound the same.
That's true. It was when you and I did a toilet break, which we couldn't. I couldn't hold it in. I really had to go pee at one point, and I forgot that this movie was 3 hours and 15 minutes long. So it's like,
But at the end of the first part, she transitioned into a like a story, like a kid's story, right? So she shows a video and talks about a child that lives by the sea, or her best friend is the sea or something. And the child talks to the sea every day, and she gets curious about what love means. And she asks the sea what love means, and the sea responds by saying a couple of things. The thing that colors your life red is love, but also the thing that makes you want to stop time is love, maybe. So there's a lot of imagery. There's a lot of really nice imagery. I
really like. I as an artist, like, it just looks. Everything she does just looks really nice. The thing about when I like am consuming an IU product, I suppose, I never feel like I'm being sold anything. And like a lot of the imagery in the golden hour, as I said before, is a very like whimsical Spielberg Disney look. And for people that have been on the show with us for a while, or newcomers,
it's not your favorite aesthetic, is it?
No, I don't really like the Disney aesthetic. I can understand why people like it, but it's also like, I don't know, grow up a little bit as well.
You're too jaded and cynical to appreciate the whimsy.
But like when I was watching in this one, I feel like there was a very genuine whimsicalness to IU, that she just likes that look, you know, and that's like kind of the mature aspect of it.
She can sell it a bit. There are some parts where I was like, okay, let's move it along a bit. I think that was a period where I really needed to pee as well. That didn't help.
There were a couple of encores.
But yeah, like the first introduction of that aesthetic and that plot beat, because it's a plot beat that kind of carries on throughout the rest of the show, is this idea of like wanting to stop time, but also the movement of time is inevitable, I think. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty good intro. Like in these concerts, there's a lot of crowd work being done by the artists. And if I was going to compare this crowd work that she's doing to something like Taylor Swift's, I've always found, because as mentioned, I've been to Taylor Swift's concert 3 times, and I've always found her crowd work a little bit kind of obnoxious, I guess is the word.
How so?
It's a bit self-indulgent. Like, she'll just kind of stop the song and like she'll be strumming a guitar, and then she'll launch into a story about a boy or something. It's It's like, you know, when boys don't call you the next day or whatever, and it's like it's quite targeted to a very specific audience. Whereas I feel like, and I'm not sure if this is something that is new for IU or something that she's always done. She addresses her fans like as a whole, I guess. It's not so targeted. It's kind of like
I think so.
I guess because her audience is a bit broader in terms of demographics. Like, it showed a shot of the crowd at one point. It was just all guys our age. But then you hear the screams, and it seems like mostly
there's a lot of girls.
there's a lot of girls as well. So So yeah, I think there is that, but also like the storytelling elements, I feel like were not self-indulgent. I feel like they served a purpose. More importantly, it's something that could resonate with me.
Yeah,
Whereas a story about a boy that Taylor Swift knew does not really resonate with me, if that makes sense.
It's I don't know. I think that just might be. I think IU has always kind of just been like that. Maybe. To be fair, I haven't seen any of her other concerts, and I've never seen a Taylor Swift concert, so I can't really compare.
Yeah, maybe it's just that like IU's chosen this topic where it's talking about like how she's getting older and time is always moving forward, but that's also a beautiful thing. It's kind of like...
It's pretty universal.
Yeah, it's universal to people that are of a certain age.
Yeah. That's
so
true.
Maybe there's an elementary school kid out there that's like, I don't like all that stuff that she was talking about time. That doesn't... I don't understand
what
that.
is this fucking Ajumma talking about?
Yeah, so...
This vampiric Ajumma that never seems to get old.
Yeah, and maybe Taylor Swift banter is different now as well.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's probably changed now.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Yeah, Taylor Swift is much bigger than IU. So, but it's not about who's bigger than who. It's about the quality of music. But like, I mean, just to stay on the Taylor Swift train a little bit longer, I don't listen to much Taylor Swift stuff, but like her newer stuff is apparently like pretty good. Like from what I heard from people singing at karaoke and stuff. Like,
so is this your opinion that it's pretty good, or people think that it's pretty good?
I've heard some like people sing some new Taylor Swift songs at karaoke, and I didn't know they were Taylor Swift songs. I'm like, oh, this song is not bad. And then
think she's always been pretty good. Like, I know, like she started off country, and probably not your favorite genre of music, right?
No, it's not.
So, but like even those songs were like pretty decent.
Love
like,
story.
Yeah, she's talented, man. And like, she's also one of those artists that kind of like can adapt with the times and change her sound up.
Yeah, she's the biggest female solo act at the moment. I knew she was popular, but like I'd never heard so much of a scuffle about trying to get tickets to any other
even
artist.
to her cinema like showings, like that shit is selling out, man.
So
just to go to the cinema and watch a concert of Taylor Swift is not as good as an actor as IU, I will say, though.
But I mean, like IU is inhumanly talented. I think IU represents almost like the pinnacle and the power of femininity, how you can like wield it in a way that you can like seem powerful, because like we don't really value feminine traits these days, like in the West, as much.
It's seen as weakness.
It's seen as weakness. And like there's a big part of like a lot of my personality traits are considered, I guess, feminine. Like I'm pretty quiet, you know. I'm shy, and like I don't like to boast about things very much.
You giggle a lot.
I giggle a lot,
and flutter your eyelids.
Yeah. But like I don't consider that to be like a weak thing, you know. I like those parts of me. It means I'm not an obnoxious dickhead when like, you know, I'm out meeting people and stuff. I'm just kind of like seeing IU as a really great role model for people that are like that, whether they're girls or guys.
I think it's like this. It might be a little bit of overcorrecting in the West, where it's kind of like aggression equals power.
Yeah, like I don't like how power is just being strong, being physically strong, you know. It's
and
like
loud.
And loud, you know. Like the thing about, and this is maybe not even the femininity, this is based on like West versus East mentality. Because IU is a very humble person, and I think she's a very genuinely humble person. And if a news article ever came out of, IU's been like, this clip of IU came out and she's like saying, "Hi Shiva," is like beating up someone, I don't think my brain could handle it. I think I would just die, because I wouldn't accept it. I'd be in denial.
Doing it near, like,
nah,
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'll be like,
just
nah.
Breathe, Tommy, breathe.
You'd show it to you'd show it to me. I'd be like, nah, it's deep fake's wrong. I wouldn't.
You just glitch out. Just fall collapsing on yourself.
Like, nah, I wouldn't accept it. Like, because you're finding out a lot of people in Hollywood or celebrities are like massive dickheads. Man. Like Ellen, Russell Brand, Sungri, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
You put Russell Brand in the same realm as notorious date rapist. Sungri.
So it's like it's kind of heartbreaking.
He's in prison, I think.
Yeah, I think he just got out of prison.
Okay.
But like the thing is, I think I really like Ayu because of like her humbleness. You know, like she says it a lot in her speeches where she's like, "You guys make me feel big, but sometimes I feel like very small." And this is a very Asian thing to do. It's the Asian mentality of like not over boasting about your capabilities of whatever you are, which is like I've kind of always done instinctually. The criticism of that is like Asians tend to put themselves down a lot, which
Or try not to stand out.
Yeah, which I've probably been guilty of doing at times, but like sometimes
It's the nail that sticks out gets hammered in mentality.
But like I almost prefer it like if I'm. Because like you and I have obviously grown like up in a Western setting, and like you know when you go into like a job interview or you go into you can never. I hate the idea of never ever showing any sign of weakness or any kind of like. If you say something, it's like you have to be the best at it, but you're basically lying at a point. You know, it's like, can you do this? Oh yeah, 100%, yeah. And then when you bring that person in, they fuck shit up for you, and like, so you just lied so you can get the job. But like that's the thing, because like if you say, oh, you know, like I'm not that good at this, but I'm always happy to improve myself. That's a positive way to spin it. But they'll still think, oh, but you're not good at it. You're not. Such and such over there.
I feel like the times have changed, though.
I don't know. It's I don't think so, man. You always have to suck dick a little bit, man.
If anybody is a pro at interviewing, let us know. I feel like nowadays they value honesty more.
I don't know about that. I've been pretty honest, and I'm still a broke filmmaker.
Because you always get people that answer like, "What is your greatest weakness?" They give you an answer that's like still a strength.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that's the thing.
That's
like,
bullshit. That's a dumb answer. That's not a weakness. Don't bullshit. Like I feel like I work too hard sometimes, and then that tires me out sometimes. But I still work because I feel that's not a weakness. Fuck off.
Fuck out of here. But yeah, just bringing it back to Ayu though, like I think she's a person that can acknowledge her weaknesses as well and what she's not good at, you know. I think that's what makes her still like adorable, I guess. Like she was dubbed like Korea's like little sister. That was like her nickname. Like she can't be that because she's 30 years old now. But like I feel like Ayu is a very genuinely like nice person. And she's grown up in hard times as well. Yep. So it kind of makes sense that she understands where she's come from. Like if you watch a lot of clips of her like on YouTube, just interacting with fans and stuff, like she's just like a lovely person. But she had like an exhibit recently or something, and she dressed up as like this giant like plush bunny, and she was kind of playing a prank, but not the kind of where like people get hurt, and it's like, it's just a prank, bro, this kind of thing. Like she was like walking around in this giant like bunny costume and trying to get people to kind of recognize that it's her, right? But like they didn't, and then she kind of slightly like exposes herself a little bit, and these like two guys like lose their shit. That, oh my god, it's fucking Ayu. She's like, yeah. Then Ayu's like, look, just at the like take whatever you want, it's on me kind of thing. Yeah, well, her manager's credit card, but like she's but like, she's obviously paying her manager.
She's not showing a dark side.
I mean, no, there was like points when she was during her rebellious stage I was talking about. She took like an Instagram photo where she woke up like, and she was in bed, and there was like a guy like behind her, and people were like, oh, what are you doing? Oh my god. That was probably the only scandal. And I think there was like a lyric in one of her songs. So apparently she is like actually controversial to a point. I've seen some compilation, I don't remember, but I think like my denial has just banished them out. So I'm just like, nah.
Well, I mean, like this year we saw the Twice concert, right?
Yeah.
And I guess like, again, if I were to compare the two, you know how like during that concert we were saying that sometimes when the camera lingers on a member too long, you see the mask kind of drop away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't notice it in this concert. I mean, that might be editing as well, but like the focus is always on IU, and that's the difference.
It can only be on IU.
That's right.
She's a solo artist.
Like, unless there's like a background dancer that's like really hamming it up. Which
we saw
sometimes they're a bit distracting.
Around.
A lot of facial expressions going on in that group.
What was the song that like I don't remember the title of the song, but like it breaks into this kind of like Irish Lord of the Dance, and then it's like everyone starts like it looks like everyone's starting to freak out, but it's all choreographed dancing, but it just looks like a mess. It looks really funny. Yeah, you and I, we laughed. And then there's this guy like going mad on the violin. It's fucking just like fucking rocking out on the violin. It's just like, oh, that was actually quite funny because I don't think that part is in that song. So it's
probably
like,
not.
It was just like
just gave him an opportunity to go ham on the violin.
It's funny because IU, she's a little bit awkward as well, I think, and I think that adds to her charm. If you watch IU's YouTube show, I watch it all the time. I can't remember the name of it now. It's just it's a talk show.
She's the host, right?
She's the host.
I've seen it before.
And Eugene's on it.
It's one of those ones where she's just in a white void, right, with the celebrities.
No, there's like but there's like the band and stuff around.
Okay.
I can't believe I can't think of the name at the moment.
Look it up.
I guess I'm tired. Yeah, at this time of recording, it's like 12:50.
Yeah.
Oh, 12:30. Yeah.
I wanted to sleep, but Tavi said, IU's not lazy, so we can't be lazy either. Right. I use Palette.
It's called Palette, It's Palette, that's right. So, she talks to guests and stuff, and then she'll get them to sing songs. And then the camera would like sometimes like cut to her just kind of grooving to the song. But then she'll kind of look at the camera, and she kind of like looks a bit weird. It's kind of like what are you doing kind of thing. And it looks a little bit awkward, but that kind of just adds to like the charm.
I've definitely seen her awkward before, like on reality shows.
Yeah, what was that?
There's one where
Heroes was the first one I saw
Heroes,
her.
She's on there. But I saw her in Infinity Challenge. Or Infinite Challenge, whatever it is.
Oh, yeah, Infinite Challenge,
all the times where they put her on the spot and get her to do something like slightly silly, she's like super shy and awkward.
Yeah.
And a little bit cringe, but like you said, I think that
people like that cringe. It's where you're using that cringe to your advantage. She just knows how to play, man. You know, she's too OP, man.
I think you might be slightly biased, but she's entertaining in whatever she does for sure. So the first part kind of concludes with her retirement of Good Day and then Lilac, which you were really looking forward to. I think Lilac went off. I legitimately thought the concert ended at Lilac. I was like, okay,
I was only halfway.
I was only halfway. So she launched into part 3, which was the ballad section. So starting with Knees and Winter Sleep.
Yeah.
So kind of a stripped down vibe. It was just a piano and her in a chair for the start of it.
Yeah, I still like those songs. That was like kind of the shortest segment. And then her costume changes were like a lot more frequent after that. Her first costume was like very Victorian prince like kind of costume. She gets changes more like in the white dress kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we forgot to talk about the part where she went in a hot air balloon.
Yeah, that's right. She's in a hot air balloon, singing Strawberry Moon. Yeah. There are a lot of I imagine these tickets would have been quite expensive because it's an
pyrotechnics,
arena spectacular,
fireworks and drones and shit.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that hot air balloon was supposed to be a moon. I thought it was just a hot air balloon.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I didn't realize that either.
Because she talked about it afterwards. I'm like, that makes sense because it's a red moon and she's talking about how love makes everything red.
The strawberry moon.
Because she's like, I wanted to put a moon above the stadium. And then, and she's like, I did it. And I was like, oh, okay, I see what you did. Okay. But that was pretty cool. And then the concert ended for the first time. And then...
but she even said, this is the last song, but not really. So you knew that wasn't going to end.
Yeah. When she came back, she started doing the ballads. Like I said, I think ballads are, like you said, consistent, but I think because we don't understand the lyrics, a lot of the impact is lost, because at a point, to me, it just sounds like a K-drama OST.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I'd have to agree with that. And I don't think that's the fault of IU, because nothing is ever the fault of IU. But I don't think that's the fault of IU. That's just us not knowing Korean. So maybe the lyrics are really shit though, so you never know. So yeah. I think the interesting thing about IU as well is like, especially the song she was in, the Hot Air Balloon, Strawberry Moon.
Yeah.
She wrote that song as just like, I just wanted to make a cute pop song. Like there's no deeper meaning behind that song. Because, a song like Palette is about her growing up from her mid-20s and like kind of being in that, I guess, quarter life crisis at a point. And Lilac is about like blossoming, into this kind of mature age as she is now. But Strawberry Moon was just like, it's just a love song. That's it.
Yep.
She has a balance of like, just like fun pop songs and then like, I guess, more in-depth songs. Yeah. So
and I think in terms of the overall concert, the ballads kind of fit into the narrative. So at that point, like before she went into the ballads, she played a little video where she arrives back home from the concert and she kind of reflects on like how small she is, I guess. Like, in the grand scheme of things. And then she starts playing the sadder stuff, which makes sense, narratively speaking. And then she kind of pumps up the energy a bit more. She ends this part with You and I.
Yeah, You and I.
Which is good.
Yeah, You and I is sick, yeah. We have to talk about the band, Oh, yeah. Like, the band just adds, because, like, I don't think any of the concert was lip-synced, except for, like, the backing vocal parts where IU was following along. Yeah. She was singing all the way through, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. The band was probably playing instruments as well.
But like, the band, like, it's interesting because a lot of the times where they're like different iterations of the songs, where maybe I might have actually preferred the recorded version. Like Palette, actually, I like the recorded version a bit more. It's a bit more electronic and poppy. You can listen to that
anytime, though.
Yeah, but like. The band, but like overall, having a band just makes your music sound bigger. It makes it like an arena spectacular.
I like that because we saw it, the recorded version, right? In cinemas, you can see all the facial expressions the band made. Like when he's like,
that's musician face, man. You see that all the time.
But it's good that we could get a real good close up of it, because you can't really see it when you're at the concert and looking at them from like really far away. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's hard to see their face, and you can see all the faces of the backup dancers as well.
Like just detracting a bit. I think it's good that they did decide to record this in like a professional setting, because there was an era of time where a lot of musicians and bands release their concerts on DVD. I've got the Muse one, the Origin of Symmetry tour. Absolution tour. I think I've got the Rage Against the Machines one, and they were fantastic. I love watching those. And now it's like they don't really do that because they just get released on
Live
YouTube.
in Phoenix.
Oh yeah,
That's
Live in Texas.
Live in Texas. Yeah.
Phoenix is the bass guitarist. I'm pretty sure. We used to watch all that shit back in the day.
Yeah, that's good.
Now, like they'd only ever release it on YouTube, which would soon get copyright struck anyway. So there's no chance of
most of the time when an artist has a concert, they do film it.
Yeah, they've recently done it. Yeah,
for whatever reason, like they might even film it just to have that footage.
I know
it's always going to be useful.
Like New Jeans recorded theirs when they were at that festival in Chicago. I've got the name of it.
Okay.
But like, I watched it. It's not as clear coverage as like IU, but like it's a music festival. They did good too.
Yeah.
I kind of just missed that. So it's kind of nice to see this kind of thing in a cinema, because like I've seen a little bit of this concert just on a computer screen, and then I'm like, I should probably watch it in the cinema. And I'm glad I did, because it just makes IU like bigger. It just makes me blush more. Just like, man, just like it's too much. It was too much.
Yeah. She did a lot of cute stuff.
Yeah.
So then the concert ended for a second time. And then she had her first encore. Was that the one where she came out in a queen dress?
No, she doesn't come out in a queen dress yet. She comes out just in another.
No, it is the queen dress.
No, she comes when she does the ballad. She's in like a suit.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
she comes out in the queen dress. Yeah.
In the first encore, which starts with the song "Love Poem" and "My Sea."
Yeah.
This is when I had to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
Because as soon as she came out in the queen dress, I'm like, okay, yeah, I have to go. Otherwise, I'm gonna die in a puddle of my own urine. Just, you look over and go, just piss everywhere.
Just piss, yeah. How embarrassing, right? Yeah.
Just like the gypsy said. But yeah, so these two songs, I don't think I'm familiar with. Maybe I've heard My Sea before.
Yeah.
This was probably my favorite fit though, out of all of them. It was definitely the most elaborate outfit of the concert.
I actually think my favorite fit was
Is the casual one?
Casual one,
yeah. Of course you do. That's your vibe.
She's just in the final shirt and jeans.
Yeah,
like that's just regular IU. The IU you're gonna be hanging out with, you know?
I don't like that. I think it's
you think it's lazy?
I think it's contrived casual is my objection to that.
Nah, I don't think so. I think it looks good.
Because it's a concert, there's been effort put into this look, you know?
Yeah, for sure. But like, I can see like her just whipping that out just on her own. Just like, yeah, man.
That was for the second encore, which started with Up, and then Heart and Drama and an epilogue. So the real last part of the concert.
And then her storyline concluded where she's like talking to herself. Yeah, it's funny because like I was watching someone talk about like the Flash movie, and like when I saw IU talking to us, which is really well done, but I couldn't help but think about Ezra Miller talking to himself in the Flash, and it just looks fucking stupid and goofy. So it was just like, I don't know, this is a weird thought that I had.
It made me think of a recent video I saw on YouTube where the guy that plays Dick Tracy has a Zoom call with the actor. So he's interviewing him, or he's talking to himself, but one is like the character of Dick Tracy that he plays, and one is the actor. And
isn't that Warren Beatty?
Yeah, Warren Beatty. Yeah, and he's like fucking 95 years old or some shit.
He's still alive.
Yeah, man, he's still doing so. He's still clinging onto the Dick Tracy IP by like doing these weird Zoom interviews. If you have time, check it out because it's fucking weird. It's like the weirdest thing I've seen in a long time.
Okay, yeah.
And it's just unashamedly just a scam so he can keep the IP in his name.
I see. That's interesting.
But anyway, that's not IU. But yeah, she interviews herself.
Yeah.
And she kind of like concludes the story of the little girl, right? Talking about how the little girl became a wave.
Yeah, she became a wave.
Don't really get, but it sounded nice, I guess.
I don't think you really have to understand it.
Yeah.
Like the idea is that she's just moved on or she's grown up from that kind of fantasy way of thinking kind of thing. Yeah.
It sounded nice anyway.
Yeah.
It's a nice sentiment, whatever it was. But yeah, like that's pretty much concludes the story and the concert. Obviously, like she does her whole thanking the dancers and the orchestra. The dancers bring out a cake for her.
Yeah, 14th anniversary cake.
Yeah. Do you think Do you think she knew that was coming? Honestly,
yeah, she looked pretty surprised.
I reckon she knew it was coming.
I knew you were gonna say that. You can't just let things be nice. You have to think there's an ulterior.
Realistic, Tommy.
Nah, it could be. You know, people do that on concerts. Like I mean, like they obviously would have to tell someone that it's gonna happen because, like, everything is planned at these events. But like, yeah, I guess IU was a good actress as well, so maybe she knew. But like, no, I'm gonna say IU was genuinely surprised.
Okay.
Because I think IU is a very genuine person. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, it was nice anyway.
Yeah.
It was a nice sentiment and like it. Yeah, I think the rapport that she has with everyone she works with seems pretty genuine. Like, I would be very surprised if like stories came out later that saying that she's like abusing her staff.
Yeah, she's not a Lizzo, that's for sure.
Yeah, she's not Ellen.
She's not Ellen.
She's not James Corden.
The thing about Ellen and her downfall is that she did have this persona, but then she kind of owned it a bit too much, where she would start to kind of praise herself. She'd be like, yeah, you know, I'm just such a nice fucking person. If you are a genuinely nice person, you don't have to say that you're a nice person. I don't think IU has ever done that, where she's just like, I'm like just so super kind of thing. And I think that's like the East versus West mentality.
Sure.
Which is why you see like influencers on TikTok and stuff do things and like just be insufferable.
So
you probably see that in the East too. So maybe that's not.
Yeah. From certain countries in the East. But yeah, on the subject of East and West mentality, we were having a discussion briefly on the way home from the concert about how popular IU is in Australia compared to something like Twice or Blackpink.
Ah, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't aware of this, but yeah, apparently like Twice is a lot more popular in globally, I would say, than IU, right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like for me, it's like without a question, Twice is more globally popular than
But
IU.
in Korea, IU would be more popular, right?
Oh, yeah, I think so. IU, her popularity is more stable, I guess. Like, 'cause she's cemented herself as like
she's been around for longer.
K-pop royalty. She's been around for longer, and a lot of her music is like hers. It's like because of her artistic integrity. It's it shows a lot in her personality, and like as hard as this might be to say, like as much as I love it Twice, a lot of that imagery is controlled, you know, and a lot of that imagery is based on like looks, which is eventually, as we all do, some earlier than others, like me. Beauty fades. So it's like
that has the implication that you were beautiful when you were younger.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I was quite a beautiful kid, so yeah, not anymore. But it's like for me, I'm always gonna like Twice because they represent like a part of my life and a period of time where like you know you just kind of seek that kind of comfort food where it comes to just like something easy to listen to, something easy to look at, you know. But like I've, you know, in the Twice episode, we've been, you and I have been like with Twice for so long, and it also formed a part of our memory when we lived in Japan. So that's like that holds a special thing for us. Yeah.
But what would you say is the contributing factor towards Twice's popularity globally compared to IU's? And Blackpink, I guess.
I think in Twice there's more variety in terms of there's more members, so you can market a different member to a different like demographic. You can connect with because a lot of Twice concerts, and I guess I'm assuming Blackpink concerts, there's a lot of covers as well. So there is like recognizability. Is that a word? Recognizable aspect of it's late, I'm tired, can't fucking English properly.
Well, you mean like people can kind of like recognize the song that they're singing, whereas IU doesn't really do Western covers.
I think like Twice, I think the like music like Twice and Blackpink is more palatable because maybe like IU does more ballads, and like without knowing Korean, it's hard to digest without like really knowing it. Because like even like when I was watching the concert, like there's a lot of songs I also didn't know as well. Because usually when I listen to IU music, as much as I say like I'm a super fan, but like I usually just listen to the hits. Really,
I think the dancing also is a factor, right?
Because IU doesn't really dance that much.
That's not her thing, really.
She like we say she can dance, but like I think like her dancing is a bit awkward. I mean, like she obviously can dance way better than me, but like you know, I
don't know about that. I've seen you dance, Tavi. You're selling yourself short.
You don't want to see me dance. I don't dance.
Like I think a lot of the popularity of Blackpink and Twice comes from people that are interested in dancing as well. Like you see a lot of dance troupes, like you know, they practice to these Twice songs and Blackpink songs, whereas they wouldn't do that for an IU song because there's just not enough in there for them choreography wise.
Do you think it's a marketing thing as well? Do you think companies just put more money into marketing like a Twice or a Blackpink?
Yeah, I wouldn't know about that.
Yeah.
Probably Blackpink. Yeah, I think maybe IU's people see that the money is not there in the West, so they don't put as much effort into
See, the
it.
thing about like a group like Blackpink, I can see why it would be super popular globally because their image is quite universal.
They got lots. They got like 50% of them are foreign members, right?
Yeah, because they have like a feminine energy, but they also have like a really strong
Fake swag.
We call it fake swag. They have a strong image that like that the West really love. Whereas like I was actually surprised when Twice actually did come to Australia because like I knew Twice were popular globally and they did do like world tour stuff, but it was usually like to some of the bigger countries. Like I think I was going to say Argentina. It's like Australia is bigger than Argentina, but like they've been to some of the South American countries and European countries. So when they came to Australia, I was like, oh shit, these girls are quite big. Actually, I think the cute image. Like Twice is really popular in Europe and South America, I think, where they really love that image there.
Okay.
So I wonder why they embrace that a bit more. And obviously, like as much as we say like in Australia or America, they don't like the image. They've been to America multiple times.
Again, I think it's probably the dancing that puts it over the edge. Like South Americans love dancing.
That's true. Yeah, it's just like, it's a very cute image, and I think because IU's image is quite cute as well. But it's like usually when it comes to kind of auteurs, they usually reach more of a niche demographic rather than like a broad demographic. I guess. Yeah, it's
Taylor
funny.
Swift though.
Yeah, Taylor Swift is not really like. I don't know.
A lot of people love Taylor Swift, and even the people that aren't huge fans of her still have to recognize her talent,
Yeah.
So, like, I would say she's an auteur, like, in musically.
Yeah. I guess I haven't, like, do you listen to much of her stuff?
Her recent stuff, here and there. Yeah.
It's what would her style, like, how would you describe her as an auteur?
I mean, like I said, she changes her style. Every album feels different, except for maybe her first two albums are pretty similar because it's still that country sound, right? But like since then, I think every album has kind of represented a different phase of her life. They all carry a different sound. Like I think the newer stuff is like kind of maybe a bit more electronic, with heavier beats, maybe.
Well, the thing, Taylor Swift's American and she sings in English. That helps. That helps. Yeah. So IU
can speak English.
Yeah, I mean it's cute English, but it's not like fluent.
Sure.
So English helps as well. So I guess like maybe if IU was American and not Asian, she'd probably be a mega
It's
star.
hard. A lot of Korean musicians have tried to make it in the West with varying degrees of success. And, they go to a lot of like lengths. Like I think JYP was trying to market the Wonder Girls to the West, right? At a point.
Yeah.
And he like made them all learn English and gave them more instruments at a point. He was trying everything he could to get them into the West, but they just couldn't penetrate that market.
Well, they just didn't know what people wanted at the point. And K-pop was still quite new.
Sometimes you get BTS and they're fucking everywhere.
Yeah, BTS. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about BTS. BTS is just like, what was that? Well, I don't remember the analogy that I used in the car ride home.
You said that they were the. Oh fuck! What did you say? It's a good one as well.
They're like the old person trying to be hip with the kids who are into K-pop, and like, they're just referencing. Because we were talking about TMNT and Joyride. It's just like, whenever there's K-pop mentioned in a big Hollywood American movie with a screenwriter that clearly doesn't like K-pop,
it's like you want to get this massive demographic of audience. Just say BTS.
Just say BTS. just BTS because K-pop
it's good for
is just
SEO
BTS.
anyway. Just chuck it in there.
Yeah.
We should probably say it a few more times in this video.
Yeah,
BTS.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like BTS, it's just weird because like I don't particularly hate.
to put a caveat on this, like we have nothing against the people in BTS.
Yeah, I've got nothing against BTS.
I think they're cool,
actually.
man.
Yeah, they've got some catchy songs, but like I just hate the idea that
kind of what they represent.
Yeah, it's just like it's kind of the same reasons I don't like Crazy Rich Asians. But to be fair, that Crazy Rich Asians is losing that reputation, but we're going pretty far from IU.
The point is, IU will probably never come to Australia because for some reason, or for various reasons, maybe she just hasn't been able to penetrate the Western market.
Yeah, I don't think she will. She's getting a bit too old now to kind of do that. I mean, I wish I'd like if she announced Australian tour. I'm there,
Yeah, man. We just got to show our love, guys.
Show our love,
IU fans, whoever's listening to this fucking episode, you're probably an IU fan. So get out there, spread the word, make her come to Australia. And we'll get her.
She said it.
We'll rock up with a burlap sack. We'll be ready for her.
Don't do that. Okay. But she said it in her video promoting this. Yeah, she said I might come visit you someday. She's talking to me.
Yeah, she was looking at you.
Yeah, she was looking at me. Me, only me. not her husband, boyfriend.
That guy you hate.
The guy. It's funny because I don't particularly hate the guy. The thing about IU is whoever she dates, it'll never be enough. Like I don't think there's any person in the world that can really match with just how beautiful IU is. It's just it's impossible. I'll just be disappointed by everyone. If you suddenly was just dating IU, I'd be like, nah.
I would be too.
Yeah.
You're like, what? How did this happen? What the fuck?
That'd be a funny story. Just the madness of dating the world's most beautiful.
I'm sure that's
woman.
been a rom-com before.
Yeah, probably.
It's fucking Notting Hill.
Is it Notting Hill?
That's the story of Notting Hill.
I haven't seen Notting Hill, so
yeah. Hugh Grant, everyday schlob. Hugh Grant ends up dating megastar Julia Roberts.
Yeah,
that's the plot.
1999. Yeah.
So, you're a bit too late, Tubby.
Okay, yeah. I'd do a fucked up version of it though. Actually get driven to madness where they cut their own eyes out or something. But that's just me.
Splice Notting Hill with Event Horizon, and that's what you've got.
Liberate.
Yes, liberate. Kutame.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, eating his own leg.
Yeah.
What a wild movie. Anyway, we have digressed a lot. We should probably put a cap on this episode. What do you reckon?
Probably. I think we've run. I could talk about IU for hours, but it's clear that my brain is not working properly.
So this episode that we're making will probably not come out before the 29th.
Yeah, so it'll be a little while.
But I would recommend buying the Blu-ray if you can.
Yeah. You can buy it at Sanity.
Yeah.
Sanity.com.
If you're a fan of IU especially, it's worth a watch.
It's definitely it's really a nice send-off to just a really wonderful period of her life where she's just made really fantastic music. Because you never know. I mean, she could start making shit music from now on. But it's sad to see Good Day and Palette be graduated, but it's also kind of moving on to her next stage in life. Yeah, just
still got Lilac.
Yeah, still got Lilac. Yeah, when she graduates, that's that's my favorite K-pop song. But it's just there's definitely a lot of production value. The costume changes were nice. I like the orchestra. I like the band. Yeah, I do have to admit she did John Farnham a little bit, and then it's just
more endings than Return of the King. Tubby, I was dying.
I feel like if you were there though, you wouldn't mind.
Yeah,
if you
were
at the concert. So this is just the cinema experience is a little bit John Farnham.
I would have pissed in a bottle and kept going.
Yeah. Twice was 3 hours though, wasn't it? I don't remember. I didn't really listen to it.
It was long, but it was just the amount of false endings, I think, that kind of made it feel a bit long for me.
Yeah.
There was no need for
too
that.
many false endings, but that's probably my only criticism, really.
Yeah.
Except for, and again, this is not IU's fault, but you and I just struggle to connect with the ballads because we don't know what she's saying. So, oh, why did you like look at the lyrics? Like, we're busy people.
Yeah.
Music is expression that comes through the ears.
Yeah.
But K-pop is also probably more so for the eyes.
But the visuals, man.
The visuals, man. Yeah. I mean, IU is like pinnacle visuals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like she's.
But she's like Disney princess.
She's a Disney princess. She's more Disney princess than what Disney princesses
She's
are
just
these
missing
days.
like the animated birds fucking flying around.
I feel like the publicist for very popular Rachel Zegler right now should watch the IU concert and be like, take notes, Rachel. This is how you make people like you.
No, I think she should just stay quiet for a while. I don't think she should do anything.
Well,
at
I mean,
the
like,
moment.
while she's staying quiet, she should be studying IU.
Yeah, she
This
can
is
do
what
that.
she should be doing. She has been. Anyway, let's not digress anymore to that.
She's copped it enough, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's us for now, guys. But tell us, what did you think of the concert? If you've seen it, did any of this convince you to watch the concert? What's your favorite IU song? Let us know. You can get in touch with us at twoasianblokes@gmail.com. You can join our Facebook group to be part of the conversation. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at 2asianblokes if you want to see what we're up to.
Yeah.
I hope you like the video format if you're watching this on YouTube and if we manage to not fuck it up. But yeah, it'll be audio format as well on Spotify if we did fuck it up. And yeah, look forward to more video stuff
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah, look forward to video stuff and then a sudden job because you'll be going back to Sydney.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll try to explore different parts of my house. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just like record. Yeah, but no, thanks for listening, guys. I think that's us.
Bye.
See ya.